What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again here to bring you guys yet another video. Now today, this video is inspired by a video that I saw from The Truth, who, if you guys don't know, is a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle content creator, where he actually went through on the Japanese side of things on like a tier list that they made in the Japanese community. And I thought that would be a really cool thing to jump into for One Piece Treasure Cruise, kind of just to see what they think are like the best characters in the game. And that's going to be really nice for a lot of you guys out there that don't really know what kind of characters you want to look out for. This is probably going to be a good video to see, oh look, there's a character that's not on global yet, maybe I should save for that character, right? So let's go ahead and jump into it. We're on GameWith, which, if you guys don't know, is one of the most popular One Piece Treasure Cruise websites in terms of the Japanese side of things. They are very good at, you know, developing articles for content and characters, and it's one of the best websites, honestly. But anyways, there are two different articles here. There's one for captains and then one for crewmates. So that's interesting that they actually separate it between captains and crewmates. I think that's reasonable, I guess. So we're gonna jump into it and just see what they have to say, right? So their ranking system is like SS rank, S rank, A rank, and then special. So captains who are frequently used, so I guess it'd be like Buggy, Jack, Chopper, etc. Well, I guess we'll see, right? And then they also have like characters ranked by their color as well. We're not going to really go through that. That doesn't really mean too much. So let's jump into it here and see what they have for the first rank. So this is SS rank, the strongest captain in the game. So out of these three, so these are the three best captains that they think, and they had the community vote for this. So they think Luffy Sanji is the best captain in the game, followed by Kaido and Big Mom, and then the Redhead Pirates. That's kind of reasonable. I think a lot of people would probably agree to the fact that Luffy Sanji are like the best character in the game. I still think Redhead Shanks have amazing utility within their captain effect that is kind of unrivaled. Just to passively reduce, you know, special bind by 10 turns is pretty absurd. And then Kaido Big Mom is really good because there's basically two characters in one, and you can kind of boost whatever you want depending on the situation, both of which are just phenomenal characters. So let's have a look. Captain with the super attribute. I don't really know what that means. Like super type, I guess. Anyways, Redhead Pirate. So this is like the top character in the game, I guess, or one of the top characters, and then you see Luffy Sanji below them. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory why each of these characters are like in the top echelon of characters in the game. Luffy Sanji, who I expect to probably come out for our anniversary during 2021 in late February. That's what I'm expecting, but we don't actually know exact dates for these yet, but a lot of people are suspecting this is going to be our anniversary. So Luffy Sanji, a lot of people waiting for this guy. The main reason why Luffy Sanji is so good is because their special ability is a 2.5 rainbow attack boost, a full board of orbs as well. They have the ability as a captain to overheal past your max threshold. It's pretty crazy how good this unit is. And it's size strength, and I think it's like Fighter Free Spirit, I want to say, and then like Fighter Powerhouse, that's what I'm going to guess. Yeah, Luffy Sanji's really good. Though, as I said, I love the passive effect that Shanks crew has to resist special bind, plus their switch effect, allowing you to get the attack boost every single turn is very strong. So this guy as a sub, like Shanks crew as a sub, I think is just one of the best units in the game. As a captain, it is kind of annoying using dual units. I'm not the biggest fan of using dual units in general because I don't like the fact that, you know, the captain effect is relatively weak a majority of the time, and then when you launch the special, it gets absolutely crazy from there. Then you got like Luffy Sanji, which I've got the database up here. I just want to have a look at Luffy Sanji because I think that their dual captain effect, or their solo captain effects, I think they're actually like a little stronger than typical. So Luffy is a 4 times captain if your health is above the full threshold, and then 3.5 otherwise, and then Sanji is 3.75 above the HP threshold, and then 3.25 otherwise, and it's to all characters. So the main difference here is the fact that like Sanji just recovers, whereas like Luffy has a high HP threshold, a higher damage threshold, so that's cool. So yeah, it makes sense why Luffy Sanji is so freaking good, dude. Alright, so moving on past that, yeah, you can see you choose your sailors freely because obviously they are a rainbow captain, firepower up to 5 times if you're at full HP in their dual form. Yeah, 5 times if you're above 99% HP, which is so good. And then yeah, you can disregard your limit of HP, slot strengthen. Yeah, this unit's just insane. And then you got Kaido Big Mom. Now Kaido Big Mom, I really like this unit. I like the way that they designed this mechanic, the versus mechanic, and I'm really excited to see what kind of units are going to come out in the future with this mechanic because, man, it just seems like super duper broken. So close to having 2 characters. Yeah, essentially it's 2 characters in one. 5 times attack literally all the time. Kaido for speed clearing and doing stuff over and over again. And then Big Mom is a more durable captain. So Big Mom is going to be used more in high difficulty content, where it's training forest scarp challenges and stuff like that. Whereas Kaido is mainly going to be used for like Colosseums, raids, etc. Not saying you can't use the other, for the other piece of content, but it's easier to use Kaido for raids and Colosseums, and then you've got Big Mom for, training forest scarp challenges, stuff like that. And then you've got, it's a 2.5 orb boosting special, and the versus effect, which is just so good. So yeah, freedom of organization. So like how many units can they really utilize? They got S+ because they are still type limited, each of which can boost 3 different colors. There is overlap, like both can boost strength and int, whereas Kaido boosts dex and the Big Mom boosts psi. And then for firepower, so their overall damage output is SS+ in their tiers, and then durability is S, which I think is completely fair. I didn't have a look. So Luffy Sanji is considered SS for literally everything, man. I guess, wait, hang on. There's an SS+ tier. Why is freedom of organization for Luffy Sanji just SS? Because this guy's literally a rainbow captain. Like, shouldn't that be SS+? That's a little weird. Firepower, yeah, I guess, yeah, I'd probably agree with that. But remember, you have to be above the full HP threshold in order for you to get the max damage that you can possibly get. So that can be a little bit of a hindrance because some enemies may react to healing, or there's like just a lot of health cuts going on, so that can be a little bit of a problem. And durability, I mean, yeah, they've got a health mechanic, they've got recovery mechanics as a captain, they have HP boosting. It's pretty reasonable to see why that's the case. Plus, every time they switch, they give themselves a recovery orb, I believe, and they make recovery beneficial. Like, it's so nice to have. And then for Shanks' crew, we didn't really go through. Yeah, again, this should be SS+. Firepower is S+. Yeah, because considering this character compared to the other characters that are releasing now, he's got a 4.5 multiplier, whereas a lot of the other characters are like, up to 5 times. So it makes sense that he's just S+. And then durability is A, which I think, yeah, that kind of makes sense because he doesn't have any, recovery mechanics, but he does have good damage reduction with his captain effect. He's got an HP boost as well. It just doesn't have like the recovery, which I guess kind of helps with you like tanking enemy effects and stuff like that. So those are the 3. Those are considered the 3 best units in the game. 2 of which are not on global yet: Luffy Sanji and Kaido Big Mom. I think most people are probably going to wait for Luffy Sanji, but I guess we'll see from there. Let's scroll past and see what else is here. So that's it. That's the SS+ tier, or the SS tier. So let's move on to the next tier below that. So S rank captains. 6+ Blackbeard? Are you kidding me? Dude, what? Why is Blackbeard here? Are you serious? I mean, look, Blackbeard's pretty cool, but I don't know if I'd rank him in that high of a tier. God damn, dude. So this is 6+ Blackbeard, which like legit just came out on JP. With his expansion, he's a 4 times captain, 1.5 health. You still need to have that stupid restriction, and then your attacks ignore all like barriers and defensive effects. And like, I'm not a big fan of his special either. Like, I don't really think this guy is like an S rank. So let's have a look at the other characters. Maybe we'll see. The degree of freedom of organization is 4 types. Yeah, you need to have those 4 types on your crew. 4 times attack, you have to limit break, expand him. Yeah, your normal attacks go through defensive effects 4 times. Yeah, well, the good thing about Blackbeard is that he can hybrid really well. So him with like a different friend captain can work pretty well. Even with like, this. You could use Kaido because he boosts dex. You could use Luffy Sanji if you wanted to. You could use Shanks' crew if you wanted to. So hybriding him up with someone else is definitely ideal. You wouldn't use double Blackbeard, so I guess that's kind of fair. Then you got Luffy Law, who are still considered pretty good. Again, this should be SS+. Firepower is S. Yeah, that makes sense. Durability is A. Yeah, I would probably agree because I think they don't have damage reduction in their kit. I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm almost certain that they don't. Yeah, they don't. And they only heal when you hit perfects. They do have an HP boost, but yeah, so durability, they're not really as good as some of the other characters in the game, but that kind of makes sense. Bullet, my man Bullet is still here, dude. I love to see that. S+ for his freedom, S+ for his damage. Honestly speaking, I would probably, I mean, S+ actually makes sense, because like this is S, and then like the other guys like SS+, yeah, I guess, yeah, that probably makes sense. Yeah, that actually kind of fits. And then durability, yeah, he doesn't really have that much durability. He's only got an HP boost, doesn't really have much else going on there. But yeah, Bullet's one of my favorite units in the game. He's so good. And then you got Snake Man, Super Type Snake Man. So he, yeah, A makes sense because he only can really work with strength, but he still can utilize a lot of other typings if you need to, which is the good thing about him. Yeah, good SS in terms of damage. Yeah, A in terms of durability makes sense. And you got Kid here as well. Oh my god, Law. I mean, like, I love this unit so much. Like, I honestly think, like, Wano Law is, like, top 5 best units in the game. I think he's freaking amazing. So, in terms of freedom, S+, okay, because he boosts 3 classes. Firepower is S. He's a 4 to a 4.5 captain, so that kind of makes sense. And then durability, S for sure. I mean, this could honestly be SS. In terms of durability, this guy is freaking insane. The damage reduction and the recovery, and then you can run, like, a ship that gives you an HP boost, like... Wano Law is no joke. He is freaking insane, dude. I think that I mean, I don't know if they're ranking it in terms of, like, first, second, third. If they are, then this guy should be the top of this tier, for sure, dude. This guy's way too good. Way too good. And you got Boa as well. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, too. I mean, Boa's pretty cool, because she can, depending on the content that you're going up against, she can, like, infinitely stall on content sometimes, which is pretty cool. She's only boosting Psy, but she can boost all the other colors as well. SS for damage, it makes sense. I mean, yeah, I guess, because her multiplier can go up to 5 times, whereas Law's only up to 4.5, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Yeah, I guess. And then durability's A, yeah, that's true. But, you know, when you launch her special, she gets, like, huge healing and the mirror mechanic, which is pretty cool. And you got V3 Akainu, S+, yep, makes sense, Yeah, it doesn't have much durability, he's really strong. The new VV Rebecca, version 2, they actually call it V2, which is pretty interesting. And then V3 Akainu, SSS, yeah, I mean, wait, A for durability? Wait, are we reading the same unit? Like, hello? Hold up. Hold up, wait, what? Are we reading the same unit? They recover 2,000 HP at the end of each turn, and they have an HP boost. So with double Vivi Rebecca, you're healing for 4,000 and then 5,000 with auto healing. And if you use the X-Drake ship, it's 6,000 healing per turn. And then if you're in their dual form, they're healing for way more. That's a little odd. This should be S, at least. At the very least, it should be S. Okay? And then, yeah, this character has a little bit better times in terms of healing. And then that's it for the S rank. Okay, so, look, I agree with most of it, I would say. I mean, I kind of agree with most of that. Okay, well, I just want to see what else they got here. So they got OG Snake Man here in the A rank. And you got OG Katakuri. Okay, interesting. B+ for firepower. Yeah, his firepower is not great. I guess, but it says maximum firepower is 3.8 times. This probably hasn't been updated because this doesn't include his limit break expansion. Because they mentioned with Blackbeard, you know, 4 times multiplier, but that is only with his expansion. So they probably should upgrade this one to maybe A at the very least. It's a little weird. Whitebeard Marco, Carrot's really good. But of course she does have a little bit of her downside. Sabo Koala. I mean, Sabo Koala, realistically, I would still probably put them in this tier, in the S tier. They're still really good. Stampede Luffy, that's fair. Kaido, that's fair. It's fair. Everything seems relatively fair from here, to be honest. Like Nami Robin, you've got Mihawk Perona, V3 Cruzan. I'm not a big fan of V3 Cruzan, honestly. Then you got Super Type Katakuri. Yeah, because this is the big problem with Katakuri is, like, his damage is god tier because he can get the guaranteed conditional. Like, that's amazing. Durability, he's very durable, but yeah, in terms of he can only boost int, he only boosts int with his captain effect, and you have to be at low HP, so he's, like, really annoying to use. But when everything's said and done, if you use him correctly, like, this is one of the best units in the game. Not even kidding. This unit is insane. Then you got Sugar. Sugar in A tier, I would have probably put her up a little higher. I guess I kind of agree with the durability side of things because she only has like a 30% HP boost and that's it, a 1.3 boost. So the fact that she doesn't have any damage reduction, she does not have any recovery mechanics, that's obviously a pretty big downside there. And then for firepower, she's a 4.5 multiply, but when she uses her special to get the toy soldiers, they get that huge chain boost that, like, it basically cannot be countered, and it can add with other chain boosters as well. I think in terms of firepower, she should probably be SS or S+ at the very least. Freedom, yeah, she can use whatever she wants, which is great. But Sugar being down here, I don't really understand that. That's a little weird. That's very strange. And you got the 3 Sweet Commanders. Yeah, that makes sense. Damage is great. You can only use strength mainly, and then not very durable. Halloween Shanks. Yeah, this unit is so weird. I was talking to people on Discord about this the other day. Halloween Shanks is such an odd unit that they released just randomly out of the blue. This unit doesn't really make a lot of sense because they tried to blend his classes and his color together in his special. So, like, if you've got these colors on your team, do this. But if you've got these classes, do this. Or like do this to those classes. So it's really hard to like overlap his classes and colors a lot of the time, which is kind of annoying. But if you use it correctly, Halloween Shanks can be quite devastating. And you got like the useful characters, okay, so they're just other units. Hody, I mean, where's Chopper? Where's Chopper, man? Okay, then they go through like, you know, each color, which are the best of each color. That's a little weird. Either way, that's interesting to see, you know, how they kind of rank each of the characters as captain. As I said, you know, I feel like Chopper should have been on this list somewhere, but he's just not here. And they got yeah, they got all the colors now. Yeah, like Halloween Law's not even on this list anyway. These are just like overall, quote-unquote, the best captains in the game. Like Halloween Law isn't here. Very, very weird. Okay, so I don't think it's the most perfect list in the game, but I think the top 3, I think most people would agree this is like the top 3 characters in the game at this point. You know, Shanks crew, Luffy Sanji, and then also Kaido Big Mom. I think most would agree with that. And briefly, before we end this video, we can just have a look at like where they rank their crewmates. Like, who's the best sub in the game? Let's have a look and see. So, okay, so this is the strongest character in each individual attribute. So for attack boost, this guy's going to be the best. Then Luffy Law, Cracker for color affinity. Is Cracker the best legend for color affinity? Wouldn't it be technically Vivi Rebecca, but technically Vivi Rebecca is only for certain classes there. So if we just filter by 6-star and 6-star plus, and we go to a special that is a color affinity booster, I mean, yeah, because a lot of these aren't like rainbow, I guess. That kind of makes, I mean, this is also very good. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. And then you got Chain Edition. Well, this needs to be updated because the new Shirahoshi Mancherry is the highest chain booster in the game now, with a 1.2 chain boost instead. Then you've got the best chain locker, which is definitely Shanks crew. And then you've got the base chain boost, which is going to be the Trafalgar Law. This is a conditional attack boost. Yeah, Mihawk Perona are definitely the best. But technically, if you talk about super type Katakuri, that could also kind of work as like the best conditional booster in the game. But this can be used as a sub, which is insane. It can be guaranteed most of the time, which is great. For tap timing bonus damage, I mean, look, I guess over 3 turns, it actually, yeah, actually, if you calculate it over 3 turns, this is actually the same as V3 Katakuri, V2 Katakuri, sorry. But the difference there is like this guy needs a lot less damage taken in order to reach his cap, whereas Katakuri needs like 200,000 damage, which is very difficult to get. But if you actually calculate it, like this guy and Katakuri, like this guy does the same amount of damage as Katakuri, but he does it over 3 turns, whereas like Katakuri can just do it all in 1 turn. So that's the difference there. Then you got just damaging special. You've got Doflamingo, of course, Chopper for burn, Viva Rebecca to get rid of the blue shield. For block orbs, you got Shirahoshi. I mean, there's plenty of characters that can get rid of block orbs, not just Shirahoshi. Or just slot conversion in general. Oh, okay, it's not for block orbs, but just for generic slot conversion, then yeah, Shirahoshi Mancherry is definitely the best, because just chaining all orbs into rainbow, and the enemy can't change them after that point, which is kind of good. Damage nullification for Robin, damage reduction for some reason, the Vankov and Bonclair just here. Okay, fair enough. Alright, well, let's see. Okay, attack rise. Yeah, you've got Luffy Sanji's the best attack booster. Sober Mask is another really good attack booster as well. Both of which are full board orb manipulators as well. Plus, if you use him as a sub, you can get his 2.5 attack boost very easily. And that's it, okay. Are these also attack boosters? Yeah, these are also attack boosters as well. So these are like the other ones, but these are just briefly like the best attack boosters in the game. Then for orb boosters, Luffy Law, fair enough. And then other orb boosters include, yep, I mean, this Law as well, so good. Nami Robin, V3 Kuzan, V3 Law, Sanji Judge. Obviously, some of them are a bit restricted to certain classes or colors, so you got to keep that in mind. And then for easy handling, what's this? Okay, these are just like other orb boosters as well. Nothing really too important there. Okay, so this is for conditional boosts. So you've got the Mihawk and Perona, and yeah, Onami's pretty good, but again, she's quite restrictive with the way that she uses her special, which is kind of annoying. And then you've got a bunch of these other ones. They didn't even list V3 Katakuri here. I mean, then again, they're just talking about as a sub, right? So that kind of makes sense of why V3 Katakuri isn't there. And then you've got the color affinity boost, which is cool. And you got, yeah, Halloween Shanks can be that, and then, yeah, these are just for certain classes or colors, right? And then you got chain boosters, or chain locks, should I say. So you got Shanks is like the #1 unit here, and then you've also got the base chain boost with this Law as well. So who else is going to be here? Yep, okay, where's, yeah, Dual Big Mom, yep, definitely for sure. This should be 6+ Garp, because he's got a 3.25 multiplier instead. Tesora's still really good, yeah, so yeah, that makes sense. Chain boosters as well. Who else is going to be a good chain booster? Yep, makes sense. Yeah, he's okay. You got Cracker, Shanks, Crocodile. Yep, all pretty stock standard units. multiple effects. Okay, so these are units that do multiple different things. So these units are also quite important to keep in mind. Definitely, just being able to launch one special and get like a bajillion different effects from it is so good. I still love Sanji and Judge. They're still one of my favorite units in the game, to be honest. Such a really cool design unit. Yeah, this Vivi Rebecca V2 is insane. This Nami's really great, still sees a lot of play. Unfortunately, V3 Rayleigh has a little bit of a problem, so I hope he gets a Super Evolution to fix his main problems. If he gets a Super Evolution that kind of fixes his special, this unit could be legit godly. I'm really looking forward to whenever that ever happens. Okay, let's move on from that. What else we got? Additional damage, so I assume, yeah, V2 category would also be here. And you got Doflamingo for just damaging specials. You got Kaido, Bullet, makes sense. Yeah, Bullet really should be listed there as well, makes sense. And then just a defeat skill. So Sugar, who else? Yeah, Shiryu, Brook, Kuma, yeah, okay. Just the defeat skills. I'm not a big fan of the defeat skills. I do like this Garp though. This Garp sees a lot of play. And then you got Recovery, okay. Is this just utility or healing? I think this is utility. Yeah, this is utility, right? So Chopper just removes a lot of different things. Shirahoshi Manchi removes a lot of different things. This Shirahoshi Manchi removes a lot of different things. Sabo Koala is one of the only units in the game that removes the negative beneficial Orbinable thing. This Nami has a lot of utility, and healing. Utility, healing, utility, and healing. Like, yeah, a lot of these, like, these are, like, god tier units. Like, you need to keep an eye out for all of these units here. Gonna be useful as hell for clearing content. Vivi Rebecca, what is this for? Is this just for removing multiple defensive effects? Yeah, so these are, like, the key units that you might want to look out for. Uso Hachi should really be here as well. I don't know why he's not. He really should be. Yeah, this might be a little old and outdated, so a couple of these things need to be updated, so it kind of makes sense. Okay, damage nullification, does include damage reduction? Yeah, it does include damage reduction as well. Yeah, so those units are also going to be quite useful. Poisons, yep. And what is this? Defense down, yep. Delay. Okay, and that's it. There you go. So in terms of, I mean, they don't have like an overall ranking. They just kind of like list all of the effects and which are the best units in those categories for their subs. But obviously the main captains are the ones that a lot of people are more excited for. So Shanks crew, Luffy Sanji, and Kaido Big Mom. Those are the ones to look out for. And then in terms of other ones that are not on global yet, I mean, 6+ Blackbeard, he's eventually going to come to global at some point. Who else is not on global yet? I mean, this Boa Hancock should be coming relatively soon, so this unit is also one to look out for. She's very powerful. The first Psy super type that's going to be arriving, so look out for that. It's going to be great. And then we have this V2 Vivi and Rebecca and V2 Shirahoshi Manchi, which both of them just came out on JP, and both are pretty exceptional units. I'm still not a big fan of the fact that they're V2 Vivi and Rebecca and V2 Shirahoshi Manchi. I've already made, plenty of points on why that is wrong, or why it should be something different, but yeah, either way, they're good units nonetheless, right? And I don't think there's any newer units in the lower tiers. Most of the characters that release nowadays are like high tier. Sugar, I mean, look, Sugar is listed all the way down here, but she's, in my opinion, she should be a lot higher than what she is listed here. Halloween Shanks as well, and this guy, the Sweet Commanders, yeah, like they're not like the most ideal characters to use, but they are still good in a lot of situations. They're just not as good as some of the other characters you may have seen a little earlier on in this video. But anyways, that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you guys want to see any videos like this in the future, I'm definitely excited to do more like this, because there's plenty of other tier lists that they have here in terms of raid bosses and Colosseums, and we can kind of go through what the JP players think are like the best characters in those categories as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video today, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.